Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rokwakadash, the abundance and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Wisdom Rule Well, and the Akim out there preaching the gospel of the Lord Yahushua throughout the four corners of the earth to USA. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Alright, so just a short lesson to edify the hope for elect and this situation, as per Jake being the scapegoat for all this attention, of the, CV-19. Yeah, it's just, another tactic of Esau, another tactic of this Edomite elite to come against our people, So at the end of the day, you just have to be on your P's and Q's, you gotta be circumspect because it's all a spiritual battle that we are fighting. Alright, so you gotta pray to the Lord about Shema Shai, continues to open your mind to make you understand, what you're really dealing with. Because in the last days, wisdom, wisdom is going to make you grounded, even when all these terrible things are happening to people. Just pray the Lord about Shema Shai, keep you in His good grace. All right. So it's no joke, man. They put Jake on the forefront of this situation. It's here Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, the so-called Latinos, and so-called Negroes. So it's just so interesting that Esau's all of a sudden now interested in our people. It's pushing his census and all that. So it's a beautiful time, man, to see the Lord Abba Shema Shai work His miracle to deliver His people, right? The Israelites, right? The so-called Latino, the so-called Native American, the so-called Negroes spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, right? So I'll play this video real quick and just get some precepts for the hopeful Akim, the hopeful elect, the hopeful Akwatium, all right?
Here at home, Mayor de Blasio said the city will soon release data on the racial breakdown of coronavirus cases. And in fact, Governor Murphy in New Jersey did that today as well. This is an emerging storyline today. The numbers will likely show that the disease is disproportionately affecting people in low.
Yeah, so you see the template behind him, whatever's, we'll call it sign. You have the so-called coronavirus in the background, and then you have the Caduceus, right? So it's all Esau's, playing a so-called psychological attack on the people's minds, right? Misleading them and creating an unnecessary fear, all right? So you can imagine, man, the level of distraction people are just walking into, man. It's like walking into a huge pothole, man, a huge crater, and people just jump in, they fall inside it. They don't even know. They think, they're still in a good case, but it's messed up, all right?
Lower income communities and people of color. News 4's John Chandler takes a closer look.
Nasim White is an essential worker. He keeps delivering food and keeps dodging the coronavirus.
The virus is taking a toll on me, but I try to stay positive.
Just days ago, his uncle died from COVID-19.
It's just a tough time for everyone, but we're pulling through.
The pandemic's danger is especially felt among essential workers.
Some are getting sick and getting us sick to go home to our family. That's one of our worries.
There is fear, too, of racial disparity in New York City's coronavirus infections. According to the city comptroller's report, 75% of all frontline workers are people of color, 19% are non-citizens, and 8% lack access to health insurance.
We can't wait. We want these numbers, and we want a real plan.
Public advocate Jumani Williams calls for the city to release its numbers.
You can't put the decision and the policy out and then say we're not going to put out the data. And then what are you using to make decisions? Are you just flying blind?
And so some says, well, don't play the race card. No, the card is already played when you look at the map.
In fact, New York City's most recent numbers show high rates of coronavirus infection include sections like Elmhurst, Queens, and East New York in Brooklyn. Mayor de Blasio doesn't dispute there is disparity.
Where we're not seeing disparity is the full court press to help everyone in need everywhere.
And so, essential workers press on with the only plan they have.
We don't want to stay home and just
not make no money. We have to make money either way because we got to survive.
In Chicago, numbers released showed 72.
Yep, and that's the point, Our people are desperate for for salvation, man. But Esau's always scheming, to get our people down the rot. So that's the reason why the Lord Yahushua has to show up, all right? Because it's very important, you know. It's very important that you wait on the Lord Yahushua. All right, so let me just get this quick precept. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 20. And except the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh shall be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he had chosen, he had shortened the days. All right, and that's a beautiful thing, we're waiting on, man. That salvation, of our people, the salvation of our people. The Israelites try the four corners of the earth. All right, so another precept I'll get will be from the book of Numbers. The issue between Moab and our nation Israel when we're coming out of Egypt. All right. So actually, we already came out of Egypt. All right. So we're about to get situated in our own land. We're on our way to the land of Canaan. All right. So the book of Numbers, chapter 22. It's just a good history to always remember. All right. So, if you just read the whole chapter 22 and chapter 23. So I'll start from verse 4. Numbers 22, verse 4. All right. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company, all right, now shall this company, referring to our people, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. All right. He sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Petor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Verse 6, come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. And that's all what these elites are always about, man. Always find ways to make our people vulnerable to curses, man. And the scripture tells you about the accuser of our brethren, So I'll read that precept real quick, just to refresh the memory. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, all right, referring to Esau's, Esau's power structure, Esau's governing structure, these Edomites, all right, called the devil, and Satan, an adversary, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation. All right, that's the seventh trump right there, and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuse them before our power day and night. All right. And verse 11 is a real kicker here. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. That's what the men of the Lord are doing. That's what we're striving for, to overcome this Edomite elite, man. This Moabite elite, this Hamite elite, Ishmaelites, of all this heathen, man. They're dangerous. All right. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, all right, by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. All right, so it's beautiful, to see that the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to guide us through these difficult times. All right, so I will jump to let's see. Yeah, just keep it simple right there. Yeah, I'm going to go to Numbers chapter 23. I'll just pick a verse from there. All right. Just to wrap up Numbers 22. So this is Numbers 23, verse 23. It says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. After the angels got involved, they had to let Balaam know that this is not going to work. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. Neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel what thou Ahim wrath. All right. And that's a beautiful thing, man. And that's a beautiful thing. All right. That's a beautiful thing. And verse 24 says, behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. All right, so it's time that our people are going to be rising up. That's the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. When you read that in Deuteronomy chapter 28, it talks about Judah, it crashed down as an old lion, who shall rouse him up is the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. So you see all those drakes, man, just trying to, go along with Esau's program. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to jack them up because it's no joke. So let me just play this quick, clip from it.
Percent of coronavirus deaths there were among African Americans. And here in New York, when the city does eventually release its data, Mayor de Blasio cautions that it's harder to keep track of race inside of panicked emergency rooms rather than gender and age, just in the rush to simply treat patients. In Brooklyn, I'm John Champ.
Yeah, so there's nothing you can believe when Esau speaks, man. It treats different organs of communication. All right, so that's why it's important, I can be circumspect, all right? So I'm going to get the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 23. All right, it says that princes are rebellious and companion of thieves. So during this time, I got some of our people joining hand with Esau, man. They going along with the program, to benefit financially from all these backroom deals and, adding more oppression, to the oppressed life of our people. All right. So the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not pleased with that, and, he's going to judge him. All right. It says, everyone loveth gifts and followeth after the words. They judge not the fatherless, neither doth the cause of the widow come unto them. All right, that's one thing we have to be aware of, man. All right, then verse 24 says, therefore said the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Ashah, Bashem Gakadash. That's about what? All right, the mighty one of Israel. I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies. Alright, so that's a time we're coming into very soon, man. Because the Lord Abashimashai is going to start destroying his enemies, man. Two-thirds of our people and the heathen. Alright, so another precept is going to be from the book of Micah, chapter 6, and then from verse 12. Alright, it says, "For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth." Alright, and that's all it is, man. This super rich, man, it just causes trouble. Trouble. Alright, even now for our own people too, man. They're always going along with Esau's, programs and strategies, you're right? Alright, so that's why, they're going to be jacked up too, man. These so-called celebrities, they're always stirring up the pot with Esau. So end of the day, just pray, Lord, that about Shema and Shai covers you and lets you get away from all this madness, man. Even though it's going to be hard, you still got to maintain your integrity. Alright, so this is book of Psalms chapter 52. It says, to the chief musician, alright, Mashil, a psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of Ahimelech. Alright, so it says in verse 1, "Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Elohim endure forever." Right, and that's the point. This pride, it's dangerous, man. And the pride of these Edomites, it's second to none, man. Boasting. You see them all over the news, bragging about their so-called accomplishments, giving glory to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and then always imagining ways of trapping up people. So that's what we are observing now, man. People are complaining that they can't stay home no more. They're tired of being broke. They want to get out there and earn some pennies. All right. So it says, verse 2, "Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor, walking deceitfully." All right. So all these lies, it's just flowing like a water main, man, flowing like a lagoon. All right. That's why I keep hearing on the news, man, lies, man, lies. All right. Verse 3 says, "Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness." Allah. All right. And that's what man of the Lord, keep letting the people know, man. You gotta be careful, when you're among these people, man, in the world, man. When you keep listening to them, you keep, you're making yourself, an example, a statistic, of people that are gonna be jacked up in the last days, man. All right, because the wisdom of this world is foolishness. That's what the Lord had by Shema Shai. Don't want his servants, being rooted in that way of life, that frame of mind. All right. So Psalm 52 verse 4 says, "Thou lovest all devouring words, O deceitful tongue." All right. So this level of deceit is like, creating so much confusion among our people. And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, is going to bring judgment down. Verse 5, "Elohim, the Elohim shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living." Salah. Alright, so that's judgment, man. So don't be surprised when the Lord starts jacking up these rich people, man, that scheming on the Lord, man, scheming on the Lord's people. Alright. So you just gotta be be aware that the Lord He's patient, he's long suffering. All right. It's it's his plan. So things are gonna happen according to his decrees. So this is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. All right. It says, "O Yahweh, my strength, all right, O Lord Yahweh, my my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the affliction, all right, the time of Jacob's trouble, all right." That's the time we're entering, that's the time. In fact, we're already in it right now, all right? So the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth. So Jake has been oppressed throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You could go on the news and look at it, all right? And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. And that's the point right there, So, at the end of the day, you just have to pray, Lord, that Shema Shai gets you out of this jam, man. Because, people complaining that they're working, but they're making less than the people that getting all the stimulus checks, man. So, you just have to prepare, man. Prepare and be balanced because the Lord, Shema Shai, is going to get us out of it, man. Because pray the Lord strengthens you and guides you, man, because, what you're dealing with, it's no joke, right? And we get a final precept. It's going to be Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." All right, so that's it. That came so people be edified and pray, Lord, Yahweh Shai continue to make you receptive to the words of life, the words of salvation, because that's what our people need. All right. So, Kahalalia, Yahala, Yahweh, Bashim, Shai, Bashim, Kadash, the wonders and salutations to the elders and apostles group. Miss Stone, I came out there preaching the words of Lord Yahweh Shai, try the four corners of the earth to you and say Shalom.